Is the first image of Mohammad Umar. Let's put it on our screens. Mohammad Umar, that's him, the man identified as driving the car that blew up in Red Fort, of which only body parts are now being recovered from the car. That's Mohammad Umar. Let's put it side by side. This is the individual who came from Pulwama. We know he spent time in Faridabad, and then at 3:30 parked the car near the Red Fort entrance, fetched it at 6:30, and then a detonation took place about 10 to 18 minutes later. The man on your screens. So, potentially the suicide bomber, Mohammad Umar. Let's split this image, put the photograph on the left side. On the right side, let's put the CCTV image of him casually exiting the what it seems to be the parking lot, and he's let me add some corrections. He's not paying for toll, he's paying for parking. Let me add that correction there. And that's the last moving image that has been spotted as this car has been traced, of a man casually sitting, wearing a black jacket over a blue shirt, black mask on his face, window rolled down. There's nobody else sitting in this car at this point of time. Headlights of the car are on. This is a CCTV footage. It dates at about 6:40. Timestamp is about 6:40 in the evening. Exiting the car park, where he pays for parking, waits for the change and the parking ticket to be given to him, the receipt to be given to him, places the change and the receipt on the passenger seat next to the driver, and then drives off. He will take a right to head towards the Red Fort Chowk, and a few minutes later he and the car will cease to exist, taking the lives of innocent civilians with them. Mohammad Umar there on your screens. Let me get Group Captain Devnath in. Group Captain Devnath, we've seen the modus operandi that has changed ever since Pulwama, where it went from we have moved. Let me do the chain of events. 2005, 2008, small bombs put in rickshaws, scooties, dustbins, bicycles. This was the modus operandi then. Small bombs put in various locations, but in a small package, rucksack, bag. Then 2008 Mumbai happened, modus operandi was different. These were actually terrorists that were sent armed to the teeth for a suicide mission to create maximum havoc over the maximum amount of time. 160 people they managed to kill in Mumbai. Then in Pulwama, that happened in 2019, now 6 years ago, came this car bombing, which is massive amounts of explosives, not 1 or 2 kilograms in a rucksack or a backpack, but massive amounts. We're talking about 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 kilograms plus of explosives packed into a minivan and then driven into a, in the case of Pulwama, driven into a truck that was carrying CRPF personnel. In this case, so you are clearly saying this is a modus operandi which is emerging from that train of operation, that you take a large amount of explosive in a car and then blow it up. And now no coincidences, sir. I think we've got the chain, and what has actually happened is probably we have prevented a series of blasts, and this Mohammad Umar was actually planning far worse than what actually he managed to achieve yesterday night.
Definitely Muhammad Umar and his colleagues were planning many more such serial blasts. Now the police has reached the gates of Royal Car Zone in Faridabad, from where Tariq had purchased this particular car, and Royal Car Zone has provided additional photographs of people who had come to purchase this car while they were hunting around in Delhi. Now, definitely, police will be interested in knowing, have any other agencies around Faridabad or in Delhi sold a car to any other potentially terror linked group. Every day in Delhi, thousands of cars are sold as scrap. When these cars are sold for scrap, they invariably land up in various workshop for recovery of various spare parts. Before that, these terrorists will be able to lay their hand on a car which is due for scrapping, from which car has already completed 15 years, 20 years. So only spare parts will be taken out and rest of the car will be sold
Okay,
as
okay. Sorry
scrap.
to interrupt you,
So
sir. We are breaking information coming in that almost confirms the story that we have been discussing. This is immediately relevant to what has happened. So when we parked the car, Mohammad Umar, at 3:30 in the Red Fort parking lot opposite the Shine Masjid, he did not leave the car. He was sitting inside the car for the entire duration of the 3 hours. Now, police sources are telling us that they suspect that either he was waiting for something, or he was waiting for instructions on what to do, or he was waiting for basically rush hour traffic. And it is now being confirmed that Umar was indeed part of the Faridabad module. So, there you have it. This is the assessment. Now, this is obviously not a statement, this is information we have gleaned from our sources. But yes, the puzzle pieces are there. Mohammad Umar was part of the Faridabad module. He was the one who escaped the net. He went and parked the car full of explosives in this parking lot outside the Red Fort entrance. He did not leave the car. He sat in the car in the driver's seat for almost 3 hours, unmoved. Either he was waiting for someone or something, or he was waiting for instructions on what to do from some handler somewhere, or in fact he was just waiting for 7 p.m. He was just waiting. He arrived well in time, and the idea was that 7 o'clock rush hour, maximum number of people on the streets, coming back home, leaving the shops, and that's the time. So there we have it, General Mathur. So they were all in it together. Now it's just about identifying the sequence of events that took place. The man sat in the car for 3 hours. He knew exactly what he was about. There doesn't seem to be a third party who has blown this up. It was Omar. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Maybe yes, Rishabh. The issue is a question which comes to my mind is that for 3 hours, if a person is sitting in a car in a parking lot, and there is no one who is even asking me why are you here and any problem or anything of that sort. So it is a very typical situation. But one thing is very clear. It had timing written all over it. Time was very clear at 7 o'clock. No matter where you are, you will do the blast. Who does the blast is not a question. See, I'll tell you what, this kind of impact, they had the ammonium nitrate or whatever explosive was there, let it get confirmed in the curry. And why CNG? Because they wanted to compound the effect of that explosive with the effect of CNG. As Rajan Kochar was trying to say, that CNG also has an impact and it sends shockwave for feet together, 10, 15 feet. So that was also one of the reasons why it was carried in the CNG vehicle. And it was very well timed. Time was absolutely clear at 7 o'clock. Unfortunately, probably for him, that a red light came about and he had to wait or something. In case he did that, and he had to explode, or whoever else remotely was exploding it, they had to do it while he was moving towards the red light.
Okay, so yeah, so either there can only be 3 options. Either he pressed the button, okay, that he had a button in his hand, or it was a timer set to go off at 7 o'clock, or it was a remote explosion. Now, for remote explosions, you can monitor 2 things. You can monitor the cell phone towers which we have access to, that would tell you that at 6:58 p.m. which calls were made into that area. Now triggering through cell phones is a possibility, or through radio frequency is a possibility, all of those are monitorable. So you'll know. I suspect that it was simply a timer, 7 o'clock. That's what I would suspect, and it just blew up wherever he happened to be at 7 o'clock. He left 10 minutes to 7, or rather 12 minutes to 7. He left the parking lot. He's in the general area. He might have been aiming for something, but metro, I mean, anywhere you go in Chandni Chowk is going to be crowded at that point of time. Meena Bazaar, Dariba, Gauri Shankar Masjid, metro station. I mean, that entire road is always packed. There are going to be rickshaws and cyclists and people on the street. So the car was moving in traffic as it blew up. So I don't think he pushed the button sitting in the car. I would suspect timer, but of course we'll have to see. Okay, more breaking developments coming in. The Home Minister is expected to be holding a meeting shortly, as he mentioned last night. 9:30 at the Ministry of Home Affairs. I'm being told high level meeting. This will obviously then include the DG of the NIA, the Commissioner of Police of Delhi, the DCP of the special cell that is investigating this will all be involved. I'm assuming people from the IB and FSL will also be involved in this meeting that is taking place. We have it within 12 hours, an exact sequence, almost an exact sequence of events as they've been transpiring. Let me quickly get the Brigadier Dhiman. So we can look back and say that how did this man escape the net? We caught the guys. 12 hours was the time difference. 16 hours actually between the first arrest in Saharanpur, where a few hours later then the arrests take place in Faridabad and the raids take place. Then the blast takes place. So this man was watching the news. He knew the game was up. And now the only thing remains to be seen is, are there others? Or was it just these 5? What do you think now remains to be figured out?
So, Rishabh, first of all, let me tell you, there will be many more. And if we go back to the statement by General Asif Munir before Operation Sindoor happened, before Pahalgam happened, so there would be a lot of sleeper cells which are all over the country, as I said earlier. And probably once the first guy was caught, and thereafter they started raiding the premises, this guy probably was lucky to have escaped from there along with some stuff. And then where could he hide? He could have gone anywhere and they could have nabbed him as well. Probably parking lot was the right place where nobody would suspect him that the guy is sitting here along with some kind of explosive to be blown up later in the evening at whatever time. So probably that was the reason he was there in the parking lot for almost 3.5 hours. So that is one. And secondly, as he said, all those arrests that have been made in Kashmir last night, in Daryaganj last night, in Chandni Chowk last night, those hotel areas, all that would be leading to something else. So that also assessment would be made and they would arrive at certain clues and they would go and do furthermore arrests and try to arrest that if some other untoward incident is likely to happen or not. So this will be an ongoing process for a few days, I'm sure, and then some conclusion would come out and then they will take a decision whether to punish Pakistan, whether to punish the terrorists in Pakistan, whether to punish the handlers of terrorists in Pakistan, and in what manner, at what time, in what proportion. Rishabh.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We've seen the modus operandi. I mean, there's a clear link. It's as clear as day that a man who is a JEM, Jaish-e-Mohammed operative, because he was caught putting up JEM propaganda posters, okay, in Anantnag. That's where the slip happened. That's where these guys effed it up. So he is not covered his face. He thinks he's putting up these posters and he'll slip into the night. Unfortunately, there's a CCTV camera. So the JNK police managed to identify him, that he is the guy. His name is Adil. He's a doctor. He's been a doctor in Government Medical College in Anantnag. We've identified him. Now, where is Adil run to? He is run to Saharanpur in UP. They nab him in Saharanpur. And then Adil squeals. He gives it up. He gives up the bomb factory in Faridabad. Now, if they have, as we now know, put together nearly 3 tons of explosives, various kind of light weaponry and rifles, ammunition, flammable material, heavy metals, they have been stocking up for some time, okay, at least months. They have been procuring the vehicles. It's careful planning is going on. This is not that we got up this morning and we took our AK-47 and started firing blindly at the first people we saw. Completely different. So clear planning is going on. Just like in Pahalgam, you saw that they came, they did a recce, what time, how many people, which are the areas, where to enter from, where to exit from. They did a full recce of what was going on. So proper planning is going on, and they are planning serial blasts. They are planning several explosions. The car bomb was an intentional car bomb. It wasn't meant to be something else that happened to become a car bomb, that he happened to have an explosive vest or a packet or a bag that blew up. No, there's nothing on the seats. The bomb is in the boot, right next to the CNG cylinder. A specific CNG car has been bought from Gurugram for this purpose. Its antecedents have been hidden, so the registration have not been changed. The car number has not been changed. Tariq hands it over to the man on your screens, Umar. Umar slips the net. That's the miss. So the catch is Adil, the miss is Umar. He slips the net, and he slips the net for a few hours. In the interrogation, I don't know if his name had come up. Maybe it had, but they wouldn't have known where he was. So in order to have caught Umar, you would have either needed to know where he was, or you would have needed to know the car number of this Hyundai i20, and that was the missing link that unfortunately led to the death of 7 innocent people and 1 terrorist, and of course 20 others who have been injured. So those are the puzzle pieces, ladies and gentlemen. What now remains to be figured out is, were there more? Okay, General Mathur, let us try to digest for a moment the network that has been operating with Kashmir as the base point, recruiting doctors. Now, this man, Adil, quit his job as a doctor in Government Medical College in Anantnag in October of 2024, which means he's been recruited well before that, because an AK-47 was found in his locker. For some reason, he had access to the locker 1 year later. So there are a lot of people involved in all of this, supporting overtly, covertly. Then they have tentacles in Uttar Pradesh, Saharanpur, where this man thought he could go underground, but he failed. But he went to Saharanpur for a reason, because he thought somebody could hide him there, or there was a place that he could go underground if he fled from Anantnag. In Faridabad, in Delhi, the tentacle is pretty large, and I'm assuming this is not everyone.
Absolutely, Rishabh. This is surely not everyone. I said that earlier also. The canvas is much, much larger. The sleeper cell ecosystem, the network of sleeper cells, is across the length and the breadth of the country, without any doubt. Not only here, you can see it many places, many earlier occasions also. Headley did so many reconnaissance, and whoever Rana was moving around. How could they be moving around and doing recce for 10 different cities without any support from locals? Somebody must have provided vehicles, somebody must have provided them stay. This network is massive, to say the least, Rishabh, and this massive network needs to be busted, and it is not going to happen in a hurry. It will take time. Things are falling into place, but the fact of the matter is that unfortunately, this network has been able to put certain things across, certain things together, and they have caused this kind of a blast. And there can be many more. I mean, I wouldn't say would be, there
Okay, so
can be
rapid
many, many
series of
more.
events is
Just
taking
one
place.
thing.
Okay, rapid series of events is taking place all within hours, 24 hours, 36 hours. Adil is caught in Saharanpur. Few hours later, the bus happens in Faridabad. They catch the two guys at the bus. The third guy who had another Maruti Suzuki car is busted. They just miss Omar. Omar knows the bust has happened because it's been reported in the press that they've recovered 300 kilograms. He knows that there's actually 3 tons. Now he's got two options: either he can run for it, okay, try to go underground, dispose of the car, or he can blow himself up. He chooses to blow himself